Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitini Namne Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Bhashayita Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, kids. So, who wants to say the summary from last? I see that Rishi is enthusiastic always. Anybody else apart from Rishi, or is that all? Okay, I see 2 hands raised. I want all of you all to make notes. Are you all making notes or not?
Mataji, I'm underlining in my book.
You're underlining in your book. That's also good. Okay. Very good. So, but if you don't have a book, you just have to make notes in your computer or make notes in the piece of paper. Okay. Because all this is very important. Otherwise, you won't understand the sequence. We have like 500 pages to go, right? So, we want to make sure that there is a sequence. Okay, Rishi, go ahead.
So in the last class, Priya, you can also copy me. So in the last class, we were going over on how King Dasharatha was performing the Putra Kameshti Yajna and the Aswamedha Yajna. And there is a process for the Aswamedha Yajna. And it's like there is a horse that goes through like all the kingdoms. Yeah. In the whole world.
Yeah, and in all the process like takes a really long time.
Yeah, and then,
like when the horse
and then when it comes back, the king kills the horse, and like it's not like really killing, and like they keep it in this fire, and the king who inhales the fumes, his sins will all be gone. And in the Putra Kameshti Yajna, King Dasharatha got 4 sons: Bharata, Shatrughna, Rama, and Lakshmana.
Wonderful, wonderful. So this particular horse that is sacrificed, it gets elevated and goes to a higher destination. It doesn't have it will not take birth as an animal anymore. That is also another thing that we need to learn. Whenever the animals are sacrificed through the Vedic injunctions, when we follow the scriptures and when we sacrifice that horse, it just so happens that they get elevated and they go to a higher destination. Okay. And so we saw that the 2 people, Rama and Lakshmana, they were so attached with each other. And we also see that Bharata and Shatrughna, they were so attached with each other. So, right? Do you all remember that part? These 2 brothers, they were always, they were always doing something for the other person. And then...
And we also saw that Vishwamitra, he took them to like the forest to like kill the 2 demons.
Correct. We also saw about Vishwamitra, right? So when Dasharatha was asked about Rama to be taken to the forest, Dasharatha was like, "Oh my God, I cannot send my son anytime because he's my only. He's my younger. He's so young. He's just 16 years old. He has never been to the wars. How can I send him?"
He kept saying that Rama's like very inexperienced and he won't like survive the demons.
Correct. Varun, can you also turn on your video, dear? Okay, very good job. That's right. So all of y'all now attention to your ears. Okay, so what Mataji told me was we can have interactions in the end. Okay, I will be asking every one of you. Don't think I will ignore you. Everyone will be asked questions. Okay, specific questions will be asked. At that time, we can interact. And if you have any pressing doubts, you can interrupt. But other than that, we are supposed to be very quiet. All of you all can mute, and I think 9:45 PST, we will start with question and answer session and doubts clearing session. Okay. Till then, we are going to pay attention, make notes and all that. If you have really pressing doubts, you can raise your hands. Okay. Now, Varun, can you mute the phone, please? Okay. Vishwamitra replied, "Yes. The king of the Rakshasas is named Ravana and he is now oppressing the entire world. When he does not personally obstruct the sacrifice, he deputes these two powerful Rakshasas. Who are the two powerful Rakshasas? Maricha and Shubhahu. Please make a note of it.
Mataji, who sent the Marichi and Subhahu?
It's Ravana. Ravana
Oh.
sent them. And Marichi and Subhagu, they do lot of mischief to me. Like that, Vishwamitra is expressing his concerns. Upon hearing the name of Ravana, Maharaj Dasharath became increasingly despondent. He said, no one is capable of fighting with Ravana. Oh my God, he is such a big warrior. Just these two Rakshasas are too formidable, either for my son or for me. Even for me, they are formidable. I'm very, what is formidable? Somebody can make a note of the English meaning formidable. Therefore, O Rishi, I cannot fulfill your request. Indeed, I cannot bear to think of allowing my son to accompany you. Okay.
Mataji.
So we are supposed to stay on mute and we are going to talk only at 9:45 PST. Becoming so formidable, if somebody can type in the chat, I can appreciate that. Becoming nearly mad with grief, Dasharatha began to speak incoherently, meaning he doesn't know what he is speaking. He's not, his words, something. I mean, he's thinking and he's blabbering something else, like that. Incoherent. It is not synchronizing. See, if I am talking, whatever I am reading from here has to come out of my mouth. If it is incoherent, those two doesn't match because we are not in the right mindset. And then Dasharatha, so refusing Vishwamitra's request, he refused. Thus the Rishi, he became highly insulted. When somebody who's so knowledgeable and so big, I mean, when you look at the ashrama, Dasharatha is Kshatriya. Make a note of it. Dasharatha is Kshatriya and Vishwamitra, he is a sage. So he's of the higher order, right? And so that is the reason we have to give respect to the sages who are on the higher order. And formidable, Varun, according to Varun, it says inspiring fear or respect according to dictionary. So Dasharatha was formidable, meaning he was so fearful of those two Rakshasas because he felt that he himself could not tackle them. How can Ram tackle that particular Rakshasa? It's not possible at all. Now, becoming nearly mad with grief, Dasharatha, he began to speak incoherently. Make a note of that. And Rishi became very highly insulted and actually declared.
Incoherently mean?
Huh?
What does incoherently mean?
That's what incoherently means. I told you, right? When I am speaking, I'm reading from the book, I'm speaking the words from the book. If I'm incoherent, those two will not match.
Okay.
O foolish king, your impudence will cause the ruin of your dynasty. You have promised to serve me and you have now gone back on your word. Such behavior towards the Brahmana has never been heard of on the Raghu dynasty. As I told you, he is a Kshatriya. But now we have sage Vishwamitra. He is a Brahmana. So Kshatriya is supposed to respect the Brahmana and whatever he has promised upfront. Dasharatha said in the beginning, I am ready to do whatever you want. I am ready to ask for it. I am going to give you that benediction. And now Dasharatha, after seeing the situation, he's taking back his words again. So he is saying, this has never happened in Raghu dynasty. I have never seen this happen. O king, Maharaj Dasharatha said, do not destroy all your previous acquired merit by abandoning righteousness. Okay, now what happened was, because of Vishwamitra's sudden anger, the earth began to shake. And even the demigods in heaven, they became afraid. Appraising the situation, somebody came running and approached Dasharatha. That is Vashishta Muni. He hurried because he is the priest, right, of Raghu dynasty. He came running towards Maharaj Dasharatha and said, O king, do not destroy all your previously acquired merit by abandoning righteousness. Do not do that. You have made a solemn promise and you must now fulfill Vishwamitra's request by giving your son Lord Rama to him. So who came for rescue? We have Vashishta Muni who came to rescue Maharaj Dashrath. And he came running and he said, you should never fail in your dharma or righteousness and you have to establish dharma. That is the duty of the king. Since you have promised him, now you should not go back on your words. Fulfill your promise. Give your son Rama to who? To Vishwamitra. I don't think you have anything to fear. Formerly, when Vishwamitra was a king, he received celestial weapons from Lord Shiva, which has been born of Daksha's daughters Jaya and Subhadra.
Vishwamitra used to be a king?
Yes, so that is something that is you see he is also a Kshatriya but turned into a Brahmana. Okay, so we are not going into that story, but what we are going to see here is his role as a saint. Okay. Formally, so what he has received is he has received some celestial weapons from Lord Shiva. Okay, so he has those powerful celestial weapons with him, which Rama can use. Okay, Vishwamitra will surely give these weapons to Rama as well as necessary prowess to kill the Rakshasas. Indeed, Vishwamitra could easily kill Maricha and Shubhahu himself, but he is seeking Rama's help to enhance the glory of your son. Why is he giving this to Rama? He can easily destroy them with that celestial weapons. But he is giving this to Rama in order for Rama to be glorified. He wants Rama to be glorified, and hence he is doing this task. Okay, very important point. Some see always the sages, they think of others' glorifications. And even if you look at Krishna or Rama, they all want, see, we have Hanuman doing very skillful tasks in Ramayana, right? He would lift the mountain, he would do all jump several yojanas. This is all to glorify Hanuman. Lord Rama assigns the service to Hanuman. This is how the Lord always thinks for the devotees, and in this way we are able to see that here in this case Vishwamitra wants to glorify Lord Ram, and hence he is assigning that task to him. Instead of having to kill himself, he is going to say, oh, the 16-year-old boy, he is able to destroy the demons, Rakshasas, Marichi and Shubhaku. That is the reason why he did this. After hearing his Pasapta's words, Maharaj Dashrath fear subsided, allowing his mind to again become balanced. So he was incoherent before, and now his mind has become pacified because of hearing Vashishta Muni's words. Thus pacified, the king agreed to Vishwamitra's proposal. Now Vishwamitra, whatever he has asked for, he is going to send Lord Ram. Okay, Maharaj Dashrath then summoned Ram to the royal court. Because the two were inseparable, Lakshmana also presented himself before his father. Maharaj Dashrath affectionately smelled his sons' heads, and the brothers then departed with Vishwamitra, walking in front and Rama and Lakshmana following, their bows in hand. As they left the palace, the flowers showered on them from the sky. Flowers were showering upon them from the sky. After walking along the banks of Sarayu for 12 miles, Vishwamitra stopped and said, My dear Rama, please sip some water for purification. I will now teach you two mantras known as Bala and Atibala. Two mantras are going to be taught, and it's called Bala and Atibala. Please make a note of it. After learning them, you will become freed from the influence of fatigue and old age, and also gain incomparable wisdom and strength. What is this mantra?
They were called Bala and Atibala?
Correct. And then this particular mantra is capable of doing four things. It is going to free you from the influence of fatigue. It is going to free you from old age. It is going to give you incomparable wisdom, and it is going to give you strength. Although I know that these qualities exist in you, I still want you to impart these mantras onto you for your benefit. See, you already have these qualities in you, but I still want to impart these mantras to you for your benefit. Please do accept it for my sake. That is what we see Vishwamitra is doing to them. After receiving the mantras, Lord Rama shone with brilliance of 1,000 suns. The three then spent the night happily on the banks of Sarayu and Ganga. Upon seeing an ashrama of rishis situated there, Rama inquired about its history. Vishwamitra then replied, This is the very place where Shiva burnt the Cupid to ashes after the god of love tried to disturb his deep meditation. So he was talking about one of the ashram he saw on the way, and then he inquired of it, and it was mentioned that it was actually Shiva who happened to burnt the Cupid to ashes because they were trying to disturb him in his meditation. On the next morning, Vishwamitra and the two brothers crossed Ganga. While in the midstream, Rama could hear the loud sound of cascading water, although there seemed to be no apparent reason for the sound. Suddenly, he is hearing some sound. It's coming as if it's coming from nowhere, and there is no apparent reason for the sound also. And asked why this was so, Vishwamitra explained, "O Lord Brahma created a lake from his mind. The reservoir of water became known as Manasarovara. The river Sarayu flows from the lake, and the sound you hear is the water coming from Manasarovara and joining with Ganga." So, this is Manasarovar is created by Lord Brahma, and this water is trying to come and join with Ganga, and that is the sound you are able to hear. O Lord Rama, you should offer prayers and obeisances to this sacred place. So wherever there is this co-joining that is happening between Ganga and Manasarovara, you are able to hear this cascading sound of the water, and now you have to pay obeisances to the sacred water. Like that, Vishwamitra actually instructed Rama. After arriving the southern bank of Ganga, Rama saw the dense uninhabited forest and then inquired, "This desolate forest invokes fear in the heart of whoever beholds it. Please tell me why." So why is this forest invoking fear in everybody? Can you please tell me the reason? What is the reason why fear is invoked to whoever enters into this forest? Uninhabited forest. There is nobody there. Because of fear, nobody wants to get into that forest. So Rama was very curious. What is the reason? I need to know what is the reason why it is uninhabited. Why are people fearful? Why are they not entering into the forest? Please tell me the reason. Now, Vishwamitra, he replied, after King Indra killed the apparent demon called Vritrasura. We all know about the Vritrasura episode from Bhagavatam, right? And who was the one who killed Vritrasura? It was Indra. He became overwhelmed with sinful reactions and lost all his splendor. We all know, because Vritrasura was bodily, he was a demon, but he was a devotee by heart. Since he killed a devotee in heart, since he killed Vritrasura, who was a devotee by heart, Indra incurred lot of sins, right? And he was overwhelmed by the sinful reactions and lost all his splendor. To restore Indra to his normal conditions, the demigods bathed him in Ganga water and empowered him with Vedic mantras. Then, taking the water containing Indra's impurities, the demigods deposited it in this place. Can you all understand? So Indra, he was inflicted with lot of sins because he killed Vritrasura, who was a devotee at heart. Even though externally he was a demon, he was a devotee at heart. And what happened after that? The demigods bathed this Indra in Ganga water and empowered him with lot of Vedic mantras. Then, taking the water containing Indra's impurities, that water was actually deposited where? In this uninhabited forest. Are you all able to understand the correlation? What happened here? It is Vritrasura's episode that we are talking about, and Indra is the one who is inflicted with lot of sinful reactions. Because of that, what happened? The demigods bathed him in the Ganges water and empowered him with Vedic mantras, and the impurities that is collected of the water was deposited in this forest. This is the sequence. I see two participants have raised. Only pressing questions can be asked. Okay, Varun? Haribol?
Okay. About the Vritrasura thing.
Yes.
Indra, he had to take a bath in the Ganges because he had committed a sin. But Vritrasura was a demon, so there's only if he was a heart inside, does that only count?
So Vritrasura was a demon, Varun, but he was internally a devotee, right? He was a devotee.
Yeah.
That is why.
And then that bad water that Indra had taken a bath in, so that flowed into this forest.
Bad water was deposited in this forest. Yes, the impurities that was collected.
We did Rashtra.
Yeah, so the impurities, see, Indra actually took that, right? I mean, the water containing Indra's impurities, whatever the sinful reactions that came out, right? That particular thing was deposited in this forest.
Oh.
but because this land, all of you all unmute, mute.
Mataji, I also have a question.
Okay.
Which demon, like, who is Dhritarashtra's father again?
It is, I'll refer and
Like,
tell.
which demon race was he born from? Like,
Yeah,
who
yeah.
was like,
So that is coming. You can refer to the fifth canto, Aditya. It describes about Dhritarashtra's pastime, but we remember, right? We have Chitraketu. Chitraketu was cursed by Mother Parvati in order to become a demon, and that demon was Dhritarashtra, right?
yeah, so, like, who came before Dhritarashtra is, like, what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
thinking.
yeah. There was one other demon who came. What happened was his father, while chanting the mantras. See, what happened? Indra went off, and because of that, there was some other ruler who was put into Indra's place, and this person was from a demon dynasty. That was Dhritarashtra's brother, and I just don't remember his name. And he was put in as a king, right? And so Indra happened to kill him also, and because of that, his father happened to do some Vedic mantras and he chanted the mantras wrongly. And because of which Dhritarashtra was born. And he
As a
wanted,
devotee?
no, not as a, so he chanted the mantras wrongly, saying he wanted this particular son to kill Indra. But what happened? Because he exchanged the mantras, this particular son got killed by Indra.
Oh, okay. Since, you said Dhritarashtra, he had the demon body.
Yes,
But he was actually a devotee. Wasn't Prahlad Maharaj also a demon? So
correct.
why didn't he have the demon body?
Correct, correct. Prahlad Maharaj also, in the sense, see, this particular person was invoked with saying, chanting the
Oh,
Vedic
okay,
mantra, so
okay.
that, he had to look fearful so that he can capture the world. Like that, his father prayed, right? He wanted this person to
Like
be
he had to look scary,
yes, yes,
intimidating. Yeah.
intimidating. Yeah, yeah,
Mataji, I have a doubt.
yes, yes.
Mataji, why do why did Maharaj Dasharath smell the head of his sons?
Yeah, just the fragrance. They were so fragrant. That's why. It's just a way of affection, right? Your parents, they just hug you and they smell you, right? Sometimes they do it out of affection, just to get that feeling of affection. They're expressing their attachment towards him. That's all. Okay, so let's now. I think we will. What? Okay, we have another 15 minutes constant. We will do some constant hearing of Krishna Ramakatha, and then after 15 minutes, we will turn it on for questions. Okay. Now, because this land accepted his sinful reactions, Indra gave it a benediction that it would become very prosperous country. In this way, two flourishing kingdoms called Malada and Kaurusha were established here. Later on, however, wicked Rakshasi named Tataka came here and began to terrorize the citizens. This Rakshasa woman was the wife of Sunda, and the son was Maricha, whom I have brought you here to kill. So because this land accepted the sinful reactions of Indra gave it a benediction to say, oh, it will become a prosperous place. See, whenever we do something, what happens? Whenever we are compassionate to somebody, that somebody will say, oh, this person did this for me, I will give him something in return. So now Indra, he was so happy that this place accepted his sinful reactions, and he gave a benediction to say that, oh, let this be a prosperous country. But because of Tataka, these two flourishing places, Malada and Kaurusha, they were flourishing, but later on, because of this Tataka and Maricha, this place became a place for terrorization of the citizens. Whoever they came in contact with, they happened to kill them, and they thereby they invoked they invoked the terror in the hearts of the people who were living there. Gradually, all of these inhabitants became greatly harassed by Tataka, and now it remained deserted. So slowly when people start to attack, right, what happens? They will slowly, that fear will be there, right? Oh, if you go to this place, if the Tataka and Maricha will kill me, I won't stay in this place. So slowly people started moving out of that place, and that place became uninhabited, meaning nobody was going to be there. My dear Rama, I want you to destroy this she demon today, freeing this country from oppression, freeing this country from trouble, okay? As long as Rakshasi lives, no one will even dare to enter this forest. See, till this Rakshasi is there, nobody is going to come and enter into this forest because everybody is fearful, right?
Vishwamitra wants Rama to kill Tataka.
Yeah, Tataka and Maricha, because what happened? See, Indra, he gave a benediction to those kingdoms, saying,
He gave a benediction to those two kingdoms that they will be very prosperous, but then Tataka attacked and then all the citizens became
correct.
terrorized.
So, Varun, we should ask questions only in the end, okay?
Okay.
Lord Rama then asked, O great Rishi, if it is appropriate, please explain how this Rakshasi became so powerful. Can you tell me how this Rakshasi became so powerful? Vishwamitra replied, there was once a powerful Yaksha called Suketu who pleased Brahma by his performance of severe austerities. Being childless, Suketu desired a son, but instead Lord Brahma awarded him a powerful daughter. He wanted a son, but he performed severe austerities. This guy Suketu to Lord Brahma, instead of giving a son, he wanted a son, but he actually got a daughter. And that daughter is named Tataka. And when she grew up, she was given in marriage to Sunda, the son of Jamba. Later, the sage Agastya cursed Sunda to die. In their attempt to retaliate, Tataka and her son Maricha rushed to the rishi, hoping to devour him, hoping to swallow him. And however, Agastya immediately cursed both the mother and the son to become man-eating Rakshasas. This is how they turned into Rakshasas because of the curse of Agastya Muni. Because they wanted to devour him. Whatever you see, whatever we think of in this life is what we are going to become in the next life, right? Say for example, if you are eating meat, you will be born as a tiger in your next birth because it's a carnivorous animal. So now because of the curse, Agastya Muni's curse, they became man-eating Rakshasas, meaning they can eat the man also, man-eating Rakshasas. Thus, the beautiful Tataka became transformed into a horrible-looking ogress. Because Agastya Rishi used to meditate in this area, Tataka is obsessed with creating disturbances here. She's very vengeful, right? Because Agastya Muni used to do some meditation here, she wanted to make sure to disturb the place, create disturbances in the place where Agastya Muni used to live. Vishwamitra continued, my dear Rama, please understand that Tataka is thoroughly wicked. Okay, she may be a girl, but she's thoroughly wicked. Therefore, cast aside all hesitation in killing a woman. Don't hesitate at all. Because she is a woman, you don't have a soft corner for her and not kill her. She's a man-eating woman. She's not at all, it is in stature, she may look like a woman, but she's thoroughly wicked. Okay, so don't hesitate to kill her. Remember how Indra formerly killed Virochana's daughter when she decided to ravage the earth? Likewise, Vishnu killed the wife of Bhrigumuni when she had desired to slay Indra. Please then shake off all the uneasiness and prepare yourself to fulfill my command. Receiving this order, Rama he took his bow. Its awesome sound reverberated throughout the so as soon as he took the bow, it started to reverberate throughout in all the four directions. It was terrifying all the creatures. Whoever heard it got terrified. When Tataka heard the sound of Rama's bow, he became simultaneously struck with wonder and inflamed with rage. She suddenly she rushed madly towards that place from that somewhere the sound had emanated. So all of them, they were in fear when they heard Rama's sound. Even the birds and all the animals in the forest, they all got terrified. And now hearing the sound, Tataka actually rushed to the place where the sound was coming from. When Rama saw her approaching, he exclaimed, "Oh Lakshmana, see this hideous gigantic creature. She is so horrible that pious heart attacks. So she is so horrible that pious heart breaks at the very sight of her. Oh my God, she is so horrible. Still, since the Rakshasi is a woman, I shall not kill her. Instead, I render her harmless by cutting her hands off. Hands, I render her harmless by cutting off her hands, feet, nose, and ears. Thus mutilated, she will not be able to commit any further crimes. See, she's a woman. Still, I am not able to come. I can't kill a woman. So what I will do is I will just cut off her hands, legs, and all that, so that she can't perform the task of killing others. Okay, so this way she's completely going to avoid future crimes because everything is cut, all the parts of the body. Rushing towards, Tataka created a dust storm that temporarily blinded Rama and Lakshmana. We all know about Trinavarta, right? How he created a whirlwind when he entered to capture Krishna. That time, all of them were blinded the same way. And now we are also seeing in Rama's pastime how this Tataka, she created a dust storm and completely temporarily blinded Rama and Lakshmana. Then, using her powers of illusion, Tataka created shower of stones. So we have seen shower of rain, but Tataka was able to do shower of stones. The stones were falling. Regaining his composure, Rama smashed all the rocks to pieces and then quickly cut off Tataka's arms. Tataka's arms got cut simultaneously. Lakshmana cut off Tataka's ears and Rama urging the tip of her nose and Rama urging her tip of the nose. However, by utilizing her mystic powers, Tataka immediately disappeared. While remaining invisible, she again began to shower stones. With an impassioned voice, Vishwamitra then urged, "O Rama, twilight is rapidly approaching. At the night time, what happens is Rakshasa's power greatly increases. So before the twilight comes, before the night comes, we have to kill Tataka. Therefore, give up your merciful attitude and kill Tataka at once. Right now, you have to do it. Otherwise, we are going to have the night come up and Rakshasa's powers that increases more and more in the night. So, what I'm telling you is you have to do this task of killing this Rakshasi right now. Please don't be merciful at her. I beg you. Please don't do that." And Rama released the shower of arrows. Tataka suddenly became visible and rushed towards him. She was invisible previously, now she became visible. Undisturbed, Rama selected an especially powerful golden arrow from his quiver and shot it at the demoness. Although Tataka rushed forward at the speed of Indra's thunderbolt, Rama's single blazing arrow pierced Tataka's chest, causing her to fall dead in the ground, making a tumultuous sound. So now what happened? We have that Rama striked using the powerful arrow that he had. He striked upon that arrow on Tataka's chest, because of which she lay down unconscious, creating that tumultuous sound. Okay. From the heavens, the demigods applauded and threw down the showers of flowers. The Gandharvas and Apsaras, they began to sing and dance in ecstasy, and the Rishis praised the prowess of Lord Ram. They were all praising Lord Rama's prowess, and they were so happy. Whenever they are happy, they are going to shower the flowers, right? And that is what is seen here. The demigods, headed by Indra, then approached Vishwamitra in private. "Oh Rishi, because Lord Rama has an important mission to accomplish on your behalf, you should now impart him all the knowledge of celestial weapons." So now Vishwamitra is being asked Indra is actually approaching Vishwamitra in private, and he's telling him, "See, all the knowledge of the celestial weapons should be imparted to Lord Ram now. He must know, he should have that knowledge, and that is the way he will be able to make use of those weapons." After saying this, the demigods disappeared, and Vishwamitra, Rama, and Lakshmana happily spent the night there. No more disturbance from Tataka. The next morning, Vishwamitra imparted on to Rama his complete knowledge of the celestial weapons. Whatever knowledge he had acquired of the celestial weapons, that was imparted to Lord Ram. And when Lord Ram received the mantras of these celestial weapons, the weapons appeared before him in the personified form, saying, "Rama, please give us your order. What can we do in service for you?" So when Ram actually received the complete knowledge of these celestial weapons, the weapons actually appeared in their forms, meaning they all appeared. See, if there was a sword, the sword has its personified form, and it appeared, and it's talking to Lord Ram, and it's asking, "Oh, how can I be of service to you? Can you please tell me, oh Lord Ram? I'm ready to render service to you." Like that, it is coming and telling Lord Ram. Ram replied, "My request is that all of you appear before me whenever I think of you. Whenever I just think of you, you should all appear before me. That is what I want from you." So after receiving this command, the personified weapons disappeared. Okay. And Vishwamitra, Lord Ram and Lakshmana, they continued their journey. Later in the day, as the party approached Vishwamitra's ashrama, known as Siddha Ashrama, Rama inquired the Rishi about the history of this holy place. Vishwamitra then explained, Siddha Ashrama was formerly the abode of Lord Vamana, who dwelt there for many hundreds of millenniums. Once the demigods came to see Lord Vamana, requesting him to approach Bali Maharaj, who was engaged in performing sacrifices. So this is the place where Lord Ramana, he remained there for a lot of periods of time. Okay, the demigods, when they came to see Lord Vamana, requesting him to approach Bali Maharaj, so the demigods, they wanted Vamana. See, please, Vamana, you go and meet Bali Maharaj. He's performing lot of sacrifices. And since the king of demons had conquered the three worlds, the demigods petitioned Lord Vamana, because all the kingdom was snatched away by the demons. So now they wanted Vamana to go to the demon side. I mean, Bali Maharaj's side, because he is the one who has conquered all of them. And demigods are left with nothing now. They don't even have their heavenly planet. It was all captured by Bali Maharaj. So that's why they wanted Vamana to go to Bali Maharaj. Just at that time, Kashyapa also happened to arrive at Siddhashrama. So this is what he is explaining. Lord Vamana, he stayed there in this ashrama, and he was asked to take away the kingdom from Bali Maharaj, because the demigods, they had no place to live, and they were, all the three worlds were captured by Bali Maharaj, and this is the place where Lord Vamana used to live for hundreds of millenniums, like that they said. And then that time what happened was, Kashyapa Muni happened to come to that place, Siddhashrama. And after worshipping Vamana with great devotion, he prayed to the Lord to appear as his son. Kashyapa Muni prayed. Of course, we all know that story, right? He prayed to Vamana, and that is how we have Kashyapa Muni's son to be Vamana, right? That the Lord agreed so, and then later took a birth as dwarf Vamana, the son, the house of Kashyapa Muni and Aditi. He thus fulfilled the purpose of the demigods by taking away the kingdom from Bali Maharaj by asking him for 3 pieces of lands. We all know that story, right? After arriving at that ashrama, Vishwamitra immediately set about performing his sacrifice. So he arrived at that ashrama, the Siddhashrama, where Vamana dwelt for many thousands of years, and that is the place where the demigods requested Vamana to go to the demons and conquer whatever the demons had conquered. Go to Bali Maharaj, ask him for 3 pieces of lands, and this way we will get back our kingdom. I mean, get back our planets. So after arriving in that ashrama, now Vishwamitra, he started to perform his sacrifice, while Lakshmana and Rama, with the bows in hand, awaited the arrival of Marichi and Shubhagu. And 6 days, now we only see Tataka is killed, right? 6 days and 6 nights have passed as the two brothers guarded the sacrificial arena, completely foregoing sleep. They did not sleep at all. They were completely watchful. Oh, when is Marichi and Shubhagu going to come and disturb the sacrifice? I want to take care of them. Then on the critical 6th night, when Somarasa was about to be extracted, the sacrificial fire suddenly blazed brightly, indicating the imminent arrival of the Rakshasas. Now suddenly we see that when Somarasa was about to be extracted, then the fire started to blaze really very brightly, and that was an indication that the Rakshasas were going to come. Soon thereafter, a fearful clamor was heard in the sky. Marichi and Shubhagu and the followers stooped down without warning, causing torrents of blood, pus, stool, flush, and other contaminated substances to rain down upon the sacrificial altar. See, they were just throwing urine, stool, and everything, like how stones were thrown from the sky. Now we see that all these contaminated substances are thrown from the sky. Like how we have rain showers, these imagine if you get these contaminated substances from the sky, like that, demons, they started to create that. And Rama told Lakshmana, I will subdue these evil Rakshasas with my weapons, but I shall not kill them, for they are destined to live for some more years. Rama discharged his mighty weapon and then struck Maricha in his chest and flung him 1,000 yojanas into the middle of the ocean, but did not kill him. Then taking up another powerful arrow, Rama pierced Shubhahu's chest, causing him to fall down dead upon the ground. By invoking the third weapon, Rama drove away other Rakshasas. Thereafter, the area became calm. So in this way, what happened? First, Maricha, he flung upon his chest and he discharged him 100 yojanas into the middle of the ocean. Again, he did not kill him. Then another powerful arrow, Rama pierced Shubhagu's chest, causing him to fall down dead upon. Shubhagu is dead now. Maricha is not dead, but Shubhagu is dead. By invoking the third weapon, he also drove away other Rakshasas. All the rishis who had previously resided at Siddha Ashrama joyfully came home and congratulated Lord Ram for his wonderful accomplishment. That evening, the sacrifice was successfully concluded. After passing that rite, Rama came before the rishis and inquired, "O worshipful Brahmanas, now that this area has been freed from disturbances caused by the Rakshasas, is there anything more that can be done, that we can do to be of service?" So Rama is asking, is there anything more I can do for you in terms of service? Please let me know. See how Lord Ram is. He is the personality of Godhead, but here in this case, he's portraying he's taken this human form, and this is the way the devotees also hanker. I mean, if there is service, then we always inquire submissively to people who are giving service and ask for them, if I can be of any service to you, because through service comes mercy, and we all hanker for that mercy. The mercy is the way we can reach Godhead, right? If you don't have mercy, if somebody is asking somebody to sing, immediately if that person sings, he's getting the mercy of the Vaishnavas, right? Oh, I'm not going to sing, I'm not going to do that. If you do that, is there any benefit to it? No. So whenever you are asked to perform some task by some Vaishnavas, immediately we say, yes, I will do it, because that is the way you are getting the mercy. Okay. And okay, what's the time? I'm not able to see the time. Okay, we have 2 more minutes. I'll conclude. Okay. At the behest of Vishwamitra, the rishis replied, "We are about to depart for the kingdom of Mithila to take part in the grand sacrifice arranged by King Janaka." Now they are going to go to King Janaka's palace. We all know what is going to happen there. "We request you two brothers to accompany us. There is a wonderful bow being kept in the sacrificial arena, and that was formally presented to the demigods by Lord Shiva. Later, the demigods gave the bow to Devavrata, Devarata, who was the king of Mithila long ago. This celestial bow is immeasurably strong, and even the demigods, they cannot bend it. What to speak of the human beings? The bow had remained in Mithila for a long time and worshipped on the altar with flowers, sandalwood paste, and other auspicious articles. So this was presented by Shiva, and it is kept in the kingdom of Mithila, and it was taken care of. This bow was given to Devarata, who was the king of Mithila long ago, and this bow cannot be bent by anybody. Even the demigods, they cannot bend it. That is how strong and immeasurable that bow is. So Rama agreed to accompany the rishi. Now Vishwamitra, he told about this, and because of that, Rama is also accompanying the rishi. And thereafter, a great caravan set out with 100 cars loaded with paraphernalia required for Janaka Maharaja's sacrifices. After traveling all day, the party reached the banks of Sona river, where they stopped at the night. Then, while he was seated at leisure, Rama asked Vishwamitra if there was any history he could narrate concerning that place. Wherever they were staying, he asked about that place. That the rishi, he began to say some story. So this is one story that he talks about. Maybe we can keep the story for next class. Okay. With this, we will just ask for question and answers. I think it's good enough. We will do question and answers now. Please raise your hands. I'm going to ask questions. Before that, please raise your hands for doubts. If you have any doubts, you clarify your doubts first. Do you have any doubts?
Mataji, I have a doubt.
Yeah. Go ahead with the doubt one by one. Okay, Dia, go ahead.
Yes, Mataji. Mataji, what is paraphernalia?
Paraphernalia means articles.
That line in.
Yeah, articles like you have conch, flowers. Those are all the. Is there any meaning, Aditya, that you can find in the dictionary which says what paraphernalia is? If so, we can get the
Paraphernalia is like
No, I'm asking for the meaning from dictionary.
Yeah. It says miscellaneous activities, especially the equipment needed for a particular activity.
Say, for example, in the puja, we have the paraphernalia, right, required for puja, performing like the flowers, conch, the fragrance, that incense sticks, all that is the paraphernalia. Okay.
Okay,
Another
Mataji. So
another
that
meaning that may be more relevant to what's happening here is like I don't know exactly what this means, but the sentence is the rituals and paraphernalia of government.
No, no,
It
I
says,
think we understood the context, Aditya. That's good.
oh,
Next
okay,
question.
okay, then.
Thank you.
Mataji, so that means it's the resources needed for a particular activity.
Correct, correct.
Mataji,
Yes,
are we doing questions right now?
correct. After Mihika's doubt, we are going to do question and answer session.
I have a quick doubt. When Vishwamitra, like, how did how did the earth shake just suddenly when Vishwamitra got so angry?
Yes. So they are given so much power. That is the reason. I mean, the Brahmanas in those days, they were all pure Brahmanas. They were, that is why, even through the mantras, they will be able to see, for example, King Vena was there. Just by reciting the mantras, the Brahmanas, they were able to kill King Vena in Srimad Bhagavatam. That is how powerful they were. And that is why we are seeing that the earth was shaking. There were there. I mean, obviously that shows their power, because they were performing so much for the lordships. That is the reason they get that power.
Okay, and I have a second doubt. Like, you said that Maricha, that Lord Ram didn't actually kill Maricha because he had a few years left of his life. So what exactly does 100 yojanas mean?
So I think in Ramayana we will see more of what the yojanas is, but it's a very long distance. I'm not sure. Anybody knows what the yojanas calculations are? But it's very long. It's not like even kilometers. Yojanas, I think, I'll tell you in the next class. I do have a reference. I'll look into it and let you know.
Okay, Mataji, thank you.
Mihika.
I have a question. I don't have a question. I just wanted to say something.
Mhm.
At my house, I have 3 Ramayan books, but I lost my my original red one. I have this book.
Okay, Govi. Very good job. Very good.
And
And
I have
Rishi?
this one.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you, dear. Okay, Rishi, any question?
Yeah, so in the last class, you were talking about the Ashwamedha Yajna, right?
Mhm.
How there were 2 options for the king when the horse came, like he should surrender or he would give the fight. What if the horse from the, so like for example, this won't happen, but like, so I have a horse and then my opponent challenges me, and what if my side loses the fight? What would happen then?
Then that's it. I mean, we can't perform the sacrifice. That person will not become eligible to perform the sacrifice. So because you lost, and the point is that you have to win all the kingdoms. And that way, once you win, that is when you become eligible to perform the sacrifice.
Yeah, and also like would your kingdoms that you captured like go to the king that defeated you?
Yeah, when you are losing, yes, it will go.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, very good question. Okay, now question and answers. Okay, all of you all be ready. Raise your hands up. I will give everybody a chance. Okay, I know Varun, you have to leave, so I will probably ask one question to you so that I know you leave in another 7 minutes. You told me. Okay, let me see. Mm, did Rama kill Tataka?
Huh?
What happened with Tataka?
So Tataka, Vishwamitra said, "Don't take it easy. Even though she's a woman, you still have to kill her. She is very, very thing." And then Rama was like, "Okay, she is a woman, so I will not completely kill her." But what he did, he cut off his her, like basically her body parts, so like she couldn't commit like any more crimes or anything.
Wonderful. Very good explanation, Varun. Mm, but eventually what happened? I mean,
Eventually Rama, he shot Tataka on the chest, which made her like collapse and die.
wonderful. Very good listening. Good job. I like the point where you are talking about what is the history and what happened. Very, very good listening. Good job. Okay, next question. I'll say the person who
Okay,
has.
like should I leave for the class or should I just like?
You can leave in another 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now this question goes to Revati. Revati, can you answer? How old are you, Revati? Haribol? Revati, can you answer, dear?
Whoever's logged in as the name as Revati's iPhone.
Do you want to answer?
Jivika. How old are you, Jivika? Say answer. 5.
Oh, you're just 5 years old. Okay.
She is first time she is attending class, so she doesn't know about Ramayana. So
Oh.
she is just listening. She is just exploring about Ramayana.
Oh, very nice. Very nice to have you, Revati. So impressed.
Jivika, her name is Jivika. I'm Revati.
Oh, Jivika. I'm so sorry. Okay, Jivika, good listening. You didn't move away from your place. A 5-year-old cannot sit like this for long periods of time. I was watching. Who is this girl who is constantly listening like this, like too much engrossed into Ramakatha? Like that, I was thinking. That's why I asked, okay, let me ask her a question. Very good. I never seen anybody in 5 years who can sit like this for 1 hour. Very impressive. Very impressive. Do you know who is Rama's brother?
Who's Rama's brother? No, I think she didn't understand. She's just listened, I think.
Okay.
Next
You
time
can,
she'll answer.
yeah, you can play this YouTube video to her if she's wanting to get some, something out of this. Then you can refer to the playlist too. We have been having classes for 3-4 weeks, maybe, right? I mean, I think 3-4 weeks. Yeah. She can definitely look into the videos if she wants. Okay. Rama's
Thank
brother's
you.
name is Lakshmana. Okay.
Lakshmana. Say Lakshmanan.
All right. Thank you for inspiring all of us. Okay, the next question goes to Tejas. Who was Vamana? You know, we all know about Vamana, right? Vamana was born as a son to who?
Sorry, Mataji, I don't remember.
Okay, Mihika, do you want to answer this question?
Yes, Mataji. So, Kashyapa Muni.
Can Mani answer?
No. I'm giving this opportunity to Mihika.
So, Kashyapa Muni
and
to the Lord that he wanted Vamana as his son. So,
who's the mother?
Mother is Aditi. So, Kashyap and Aditi.
Good job. Wonderful. Okay, next question goes to, let's pick a person, Manhar. And Manhar, so who was that? I mean, they were going to Mithila, right? And there they had a bow. And who gave that bow? Who was the bow given by?
The demigods the demigods gave it, but I don't remember who they gave it to.
Okay, Rishi.
Devavrat. It was Devavrat.
Devavrat, but who was that bow was given by who?
Lord Shiva to the demigods, and then the demigods to Devavrat.
Correct. Wonderful. Good listening. So even were the demigods able to break the bow? Manhar?
No.
Very good listening. Both of you, good
so
job.
Powerful, like it was so hard to break. It was so powerful.
Absolutely. Good job.
Mataji, I have to go now.
Oh, okay, dear. Thank you, Varun, for your attentive listening. That is my present. Whoever is doing attentive listening, that is the way I'm getting my energy to talk. Okay, now Aditya. Hare Krishna, dear Varun. Okay, Aditya. And And so let's talk about this guy, this demon Vitrasura, right? And what happened there? Can you just elaborate that story part a little bit?
What, like when Indra
So
killed
now Vishwamitra, Indra, I mean, he was talking about this, why this place was uninhabited, right?
yeah.
Yeah, can you describe that episode?
What, like how he was and stuff.
Why that place is uninhabited?
Which place?
So now they were going into the desolate forest. That forest invoked fear in the heart of everybody who was staying there. And what was the reason for the fear and why they were uninhabited? Why was nobody in the forest?
Oh, because Vritrasura, like that was the place where Vritrasura had to be killed.
Mm.
And that's the place where Indra had to like pray to Krishna for like the sin that he did, the sin that he had to do.
Yeah, and what the sin got accumulated there, right?
Yeah.
The
And
sin,
people
because
didn't
of
want to have anything to do with that.
no. Then what happened? What did Indra say after that? Because this place accepted my sins, I'm getting this benediction that.
Who, Indra says?
Yeah, Indra says, because this place is accepting my sins, right? This became, I mean, all the sins are accepted by this place. And because it is accepting the sins, I am now giving a benediction to this place that this place can become flourishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to explain the whole thing. Then what happened?
Huh?
Then what happened?
Wait 1 second. Wait, sorry, Mataji. Varun came. Yeah, after that, like, it's hard to, like, explain a lot of it. So, like, they come to this desolate forest. And I mean, desolate, like, wasn't it?
So what happened after that is the wicked Rakshasi called Tataka, she came there and she began to terrorize the citizens. Because of her terrorization, nobody wanted to be I mean, nobody wanted to come there because everybody were getting fearful. Because that lady, I mean, Tataka is going to kill them, and nobody wants to come to that place. So that is why I want you to destroy this she demon. Like that. That was the background to the story. Okay. And now, Sahiti, do you want to answer? Can you talk to me about what is going on with Agastya Muni? We talked about Agastya Muni, right? Anything that you want to share?
Yes.
Yeah, what happened?
It was that Lord Indra was killed someone, I don't remember his name. He was demon bodied but was actually a devotee. So when Indra killed him, he felt like he had many sins. So the demigods gave him a bath in Ganga water. The water he bathed with was thrown into this forest. Since the forest accepted Indra's ways, Indra says that they will live in peace. That place will live in peace forever.
But Tataka, she began to create some terror there, right? Wonderful, Sahiti. I'm talking about Agastya Muni. Very good job. Very good listening of that particular episode. Good job. I appreciate it. Anybody knows about Agastya Muni? What happened there?
Can Jyotsna say?
Jyotsna, yes, I forgot. Thank you, dear, for reminding me. Yes, Jyotsna, go ahead.
So one day, Tataka's husband, Sunda, he got cursed by Agastya Muni that he would die. And since Tataka was very angry, he went to Agastya Muni because he wanted to eat him. And before Tataka could eat Agastya Muni cursed Tataka that she would become a man-eating demon.
Yes. So because this particular man-eating demon, I mean that before that, what happened was Sunanda, he performed severe austerities to Brahma, and because of that austerities, so he gained that he awarded him the powerful daughter, right? And her name was Tataka, and she was given in marriage to Sunda. And now Agastya cursed Sunda to die, right? And in their attempt to retaliate, Tataka and her son Maricha rushed at the rishi to devour him, and then he got cursed. Okay, good job, very good job, very good listening. I know you said the names. So I'm very, very happy. All of you all are doing attentive listening here. So now where are these people heading to? Rama and Lakshmana. Very easy question. I will ask 1 second. Let me see the list of people here who has not answered. Tejas, did you want to answer? Tejas?
No, Mataji.
Mataji, can I answer?
Okay, yes. Go ahead.
Ma'am, Mataji, what's the question?
Where were Rama and Lakshmana heading towards? Now.
Right. Okay. Ramana and Lakshmana were heading. They asked Vishwamitra that if they could do any more services for him.
Wonderful.
And then after that, Vishwamitra said that they are going to the place of. They are going to the kingdom of Mithila, where they are going. Where there is a competition going on.
Wonderful.
So the rishi asked them that if they wanted to accompany him, then they could.
Wonderful, dear.
Why don't I get it?
Yes, good job. Kush Acharya, do you want to answer this question?
Yo,
Can I ask you?
Yes.
Okay. And who's the king? Who's the king of Mithila?
I don't know.
Okay. Does Stavya Agarwal, you want to tell? Stavya. Okay. Nihal, do you want to say? Okay. I don't see.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Nihal, go ahead. Who's the king of Mithila?
I don't know.
Okay.
Mataji, I know.
Okay.
Wait, audio was breaking out. Janak.
Janak, yes. Okay, good job, guys. So with this, we will conclude today's session. Very, very good listening. Okay. So what happens is when you are going to hear really nicely with all your attention, like Revati, Pragnya. Pragnya, how old are you, dear? How old? She was there all through the class sitting like that, like Revati.
He's 5 years old.
Oh, she's also 5 years old. Wow. Both of you all are really good. What's happened to your brother, Rishi?
I'm right here.
No, last time we had your brother, right? Brother, I don't know.
She was also there.
Only sister? You had a sister? Is that right?
I have a sister too.
Okay, I thought I saw you with your brother or somebody, I remember. I'm not sure. Okay, no problem. Thank you so much, kids, for attentive listening. What happens is when you start to listen Krishna Katha very attentively and very carefully, Lord Krishna, Lord Ram, they will be pleased and they will take away all the anarthas that we have in our heart. Okay? And we see now Rishi and Pragnya, they are doing obeisances to all the Vaishnavas. Can we follow their etiquette and have our hands like this folded so that we can ask for obeisances and respects to all the Vaishnavas who are on the call. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, and Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Sorry, Srimad Ramayanam ki jai. Hare Krishna, kids. All of you all very good. Thank you so much for inspiring me by your attentive listening. See you all next week. Bye-bye. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Mataji.
Bye,
Bye.